morning! It's post-typhoon day and it looks to be a beautiful one out there. I'm just peeking through the curtains this morning and it's blue skies, there's not a cloud out there, and telling from the trees it looks like there's a pretty stiff breeze. So we're going to get up and get moving. It's pretty early, it's about 7:30, been up for a while. Considering went to bed at 1:30, I was hoping to sleep in a little bit longer, but I just woke up at 5 and couldn't get back to sleep. So I'm gonna go up on the roof. I love the fact that we have a rooftop here. I can go up there, get a look at the view and get some fresh air. I'm gonna set up the table and chairs if they're still up there, and then we're gonna go out and explore a little bit. So let's go up to the roof. It feels so good to be back in Japan, walking the streets of Tokyo, surrounded by the ever-present, always convenient army of vending machines, and we've gotten back to Japan just in time for the start of the hot beverage season. There's our old friend Tommy Lee Jones, peddling my favorite canned coffee, Boss Cafe Olé, and so happy to see my favorite Konbini Family Mart sure to get abused on this trip. So far, the only signs of the typhoon are leaves and branches outside the train station, and we're a little bit nervous that all the trains are not yet running and that we won't be able to get to where we want to go. Let's go inside and find out and hopefully jump on a train. Ikebukuro Station, the second busiest train station in the entire world, is a bit of a maze. JR East, Seibu, and Tobu rail companies, along with the Tokyo Metro, all operate out of this massive station. We'll have to be very alert, follow the signs, and try hard not to get lost in here. One of the things we hear a lot of people worry about is taking the metro or the subway here in Tokyo, but it's actually really easy. There's two things that make it super easy. The first is that there's lots of information everywhere. There's a lot of English now. All the machines have the ability to switch to English. And the second thing that makes it really easy, if you get a Suica card or a Passmo card, you don't even have to look at this stuff. You just fill this up at one of these machines and then you tap it at the ticket gates and it does all the calculations for you automatically. So it's really easy, don't be intimidated, just get on there and explore Tokyo.
Please stand clear, stabilizing buildings.
We're starting off the day in front of Meiji Shrine, and it's one of the, I guess, top attractions in Tokyo. And if you come to Tokyo, chances are you'll probably end up here. Usually when Mike and I are here, it's jammed packed. But today, it's relatively not busy, thanks to jet lag!
Yeah, it's pretty quiet, eh? So we took the Yamanote line over from our station to here, to Harajuku Station, and the shrine is right beside the station. It's in this huge forested area, and if you followed us, you've probably seen this place before. So we're gonna go in there and take advantage of the low crowds. There's still, you can see behind us, probably still quite a few people, but nowhere near what we usually experience when we come here. So it'll be a nice leisurely stroll, hopefully through the woods and through all the torii gates over to the shrine. So let's go get started on our little hike.
shrine is really beautiful, but do you know what my favorite part of the shrine is?
What's that?
The pathway leading up to it, or the little hike that leads up to it.
Yeah, from Harajuku Station, basically, the walk up here is very serene.
Yes.
Even when there's crowds, somehow
It absorbs it
yeah,
better.
and it seems to just be a serene experience. Walking through all those massive torii and past the huge sake barrels, it is a really nice experience.
And then after the storm yesterday, it really stirred up the fresh air. The shrine is very beautiful, but what I find that I struggle with is that it's always super crowded once you hit the courtyard, and it's no exception today. It's only 10:30.
Yeah, the buses and the tours have definitely come in. One thing I've noticed, remember when we were here last year?
Yeah.
They're replacing all the roofs, and they were about half done when we were here last year, and the new roofs were gleaming. They
Yeah.
were like, really
Sparkling.
like really sparkly bronze, and I guess they finished all the roofs since, and they've tarnished already.
That was fast.
Yeah, about a year later.
Doesn't look like a new roof at all.
No, you wouldn't know that they were doing that. So pretty cool. It's pretty neat to come and see the changes, because if we had skipped last year, we would never have known or never had seen that. So we are starting to fade a little bit. I think the lack of sleep is hitting me.
All
and-
the exploring is making us hungry.
yeah, I'm hoping that some food will rejuvenate us. So let's go back to Harajuku and find some. We found some food, but that's slightly a lie because we kind of knew exactly what we wanted. We've been here before, and it's a place that specializes in gyoza, little Chinese style dumplings, and it was really good. So I'm looking forward to stuffing my face with gyoza. And while I'm sitting here waiting for them to open, I decided to get a drink. There's a Family Mart right around the corner, so I got this. This is a vitamin water. My throat has been bothering me. I woke up this morning with a really painful throat, and it kind of subsided before we went out, and it's been getting consistently worse. So I thought something lemony would help soothe it. Yeah, it's just kind of like lemon water. So I'm just gonna sit here, wait for them to open, about 15 minutes, and then Nicole and I will go in there and stuff our faces. She's currently just walking around exploring the neighborhood. Slight change of plans. So that place that we really were feeling like isn't open yet. They supposed to open at 11:30, but they only just got into the restaurant because of the trains being canceled this morning because of the typhoon. So we've looked up another place around here that we both instantly sort of started craving as soon as we saw it. So we're gonna show that to you when we get there. It's gonna be a good one, I think. Fingers crossed it's open.
2 rejections and a third try.
Yeah, the place I just mentioned that we were really excited to go to, as soon as we saw it, we were craving it, we got there and it was closed. So this seems to be the only thing we've noticed post-typhoon. You wouldn't know there was a typhoon from just visually walking around. But a lot of restaurants, a lot of places seem closed because of the typhoon. The gyoza place we were trying to go to first, they told us that they couldn't get in because of the trains being canceled. So
I was looking forward to those gyozas. They were so good.
And I was looking forward to the second option, but we'll come back for that. So we ended up at a ramen restaurant, and it's looking really good. We're sitting at the bar here, right up at the kitchen, so we can watch them making the bowls of ramen. And we both ordered different things so we could try each other's, and you're gonna risk getting sick.
Yeah, they had something very important.
What's that?
They had an opened restaurant.
Yes. So when it comes, we'll share it with you and let you know how it is. So the dishes came. We both obviously got ramen. I kind of was feeling like something like a hot soup for my throat, and you're always just feeling like noodles and soup. So which one? Yeah, which one did you pick?
I got the dandan ramen. So the dandan ramen is mixed of spicy. Dandan noodle is actually a Chinese flavor, and then so they made a fusion, and the dandan is spicy and peanutty, and then the ramen is Japanese and chewy.
Yeah, yours is really good. I tried your broth. It's got a bit of sourness to it, which is really nice.
When it first came, I was a bit afraid because it was very, very red, and I was like, how spicy
Yeah,
is
it was
it going?
glowing.
It was glowing. But when you bite into it, I think the peanut butter flavor really balances it out, and then it's just very, very strong of sesame. There's a really nice sesame flavor.
Yeah, you can see the little sesame sprinkled all over.
Yeah, I did well.
You did do really well. That is really good. I just went for their specialty. I didn't really verge off the beaten path for ramen. I went with their tonkatsu broth-based ramen, and it is really good as well. The noodles are the same as Nicole's. They're hearty, they're chewy, and they go really well with the thick broth. Like good tonkatsu broth has a viscous kind of feel to it in your mouth. It kind of like coats everything and sticks to the noodles.
Yours definitely did. I was slurping. I was eating my noodles, but slurping his broth.
Yeah, it was really. I think the only thing I missed out of my ramen is the egg.
Yeah,
there was no egg on this one. I didn't notice that when I ordered.
I thought there was an egg on mine too. And as you can see, this place is really hopping.
Yeah, it's really busy. So we're gonna finish up these noodles and get back out there, and we have one more stop of food to pick up, and then we're heading back home.
Hello, it's just me. That's very rare because Mike is usually in front of the camera. However, Mike, as you can see, is down and out. He started feeling much worse after lunch, and on the way home from the train he was just wilting beside me. As soon as he came through the door, he went straight for bed. Again, that's very unusual because that's my MO, heading straight for bed. So I'll keep you updated and we'll see how it goes.
Hello, I'm alive. I've dragged myself out of bed. Nicole actually woke me up because it was past 8 o'clock. I slept for many hours. I'm still feeling kind of rough. My throat's a lot better than earlier, but now I feel like this cold is starting to move up into my sinuses. So that's kind of annoying. But Nicole's hungry and I'm actually kind of hungry, so we're gonna go out and find some food. We're actually gonna go to a restaurant that is a different location to the one that we tried to go to at lunch today, the second restaurant that we got denied at. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this one is open because we're both hungry and really craving this food. When we get there, we'll show you. I don't want to talk too much about it in case it is closed. So let's get over there. It's not too far, 9-minute walk, and then we'll be hopefully chowing down. We got lucky, or maybe not lucky, but the restaurant was open, so that's really good. This is the restaurant that we were trying to go to earlier today for lunch, the second one that we got denied at. Just a different location, same chain. And it's beef tongue. This is something that we really love. It's really good. For most people, it probably sounds a little bit gross, but we've had it many times when we were in Sendai. That's the local dish of Sendai, and we just fell in love with it there. So we're here to get beef tongue, and we've already put our orders in. I got a set menu with 3 different cuts of the beef tongue, and Nicole went with the standard one that she loves. And it'll be here really soon. They seem to be pretty quick, so we're going to show it to you when we get here.
Oh my god, I love this dish so much. Unlike Mike, I was like, there's no way I'm getting the set. Because if you don't get the set, you get extra meat. So I was like, extra meat, please. And when it arrived, oh my god, the smell was amazing.
What do you mean you didn't get the set?
If you get the set,
what's a set?
The set comes with a soup, some kind of pickled vegetable, some sauce, basically a whole bunch of stuff. And what they do is to give you less meat. So if you pay like the same amount of price and you don't have all the extra trimmings, they'll give you more meat. And I went with more meat. Wow. I know we've only been here for 2 days, but this is my favorite meal here ever. Not ever, but the last like 2 days is the best meal we've had in Japan. And our lunch meal was really good, but this just blows it out of the water. Beef tongue, I know it sounds so gross, but the texture is just, there's nothing else like it. It's not fatty, but it's not lean. It's just like this really good texture that I'm trying to think of.
It's kind of smooth in a weird way.
It's smooth and there's a bit of chew to it. It's like if I had to say what noodles would taste like, chewy noodles would taste like in beef form, this is it. And we all like chewy noodles, right?
Nicole's right, this looks spectacular. I got the set as she mentioned, she didn't, but I'm always a sucker for the set because I like the various bits it comes with. Like this one has pickles, it has a sauce for the beef, which looks a little bit gross. It looks like mucousy. I think it's egg, and I'm not quite sure what's giving it that mucousy consistency, but I'm sure that will add a nice creaminess to the meat. And it also came with a soup, which was kind of what I was really feeling now that I'm fighting this cold. A nice clear, like oxtail type of broth with a chunk of beef inside. So my set came with 3 different cuts, and one of the cuts is the same as what Nicole has, but the other 2 I've never tried before. So I'm going to try this one here. Give this a go. Yeah, that one has a real barbecue flavor. Like the other ones that are on the plate don't have that, but this one has a good like char and a smoky flavor. It's really, really good. I'm really liking that. And the one that Nicole got, and I also have a few pieces, it's a much thicker cut, but they get over the fact that it might be tough by scoring it really deeply. And then that makes it really tender and a smooth kind of feel in the mouth. And it's easy to chew with chopsticks. Like you don't have a knife and fork here, so you have to eat all of this with chopsticks. But yeah, this is really great. This is exactly what we felt like. So we're gonna finish up these meals here and really enjoy this. We've been craving this ever since lunch, so it's good to get that itch scratched. And then we're gonna go back home. I think I need to get to bed and just try and sleep this cold off. But there's one more stop we want to make. It's a store that we frequent quite often, but this looks like an interesting version of that store we've never seen. So let's go check that out. Ah, we got duped. It looked like a really fancy Family Mart, but it was just a normal Family Mart. But when we walked by, the building looks all fancy, and we thought that that was for the Family Mart itself, but it actually wasn't. And what kind of tricked me also is that I know that Lawson's have some different versions of their stores, so I thought maybe Family Mart was starting to do that as well. But unfortunately not. It's just the building's facade that was really fancy, and they just kind of stuck Family Mart inside of it. But one of the things we've been noticing today is that all the convenience stores, their stock is completely wiped out. And I guess it's because everybody was buying up all the food yesterday in preparation for the typhoon, and then they couldn't work last night to restock all the stores. So all the stores we were going to today were like basically wiped out. Not a lot of food. So hopefully they'll get that sorted, because I really could go for an onigiri. Haven't had an onigiri yet. So we're just walking back home. I'm gonna go straight to bed, I think. I just want to sleep off this cold and hopefully get rid of that as quickly as possible, because it's really a bit of a bummer. But that meal really was worth dragging myself out of bed and getting out here. And I think we're gonna say goodbye. On our walk home, we'll say goodnight.
Good night.
We'll see you in the morning. Did you enjoy dinner?
Oh my God. Yes, yes. I didn't want dinner to end.
Yeah, you've been talking about dinner ever since we left the restaurant. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Good night. Thanks for watching this week's episode. We hope that you enjoyed getting a glimpse of Tokyo after a typhoon with us. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to continue following our adventures in Japan, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future episode. We'll see you next week.